What's up, Reds? Welcome to the Sunday Summary Talk Show. I'm your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steve. And so you do have a coffee, Steve. Steve spilled an entire coffee today.
I had two. And spilled one.
Okay.
The lady didn't get hers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I offered her this one.
You offered her hers originally, and you ended up taking hers at the end of the day.
No. Hers fell.
Hers fell, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But she made tea instead.
I gotcha. Well, all right. Meanwhile, I'm back to normal coffee, guys. I'm back to normal coffee. The instant coffee, it's trash. I'm done with it. Connor, what's going on, my man? Jurgen Klopp in the chat. Oh, Jurgen's on international break. I'm glad he joins in and chats with us. But some of the stuff we'll be getting into today, guys. All right, we got our boy Gini Wijnaldum officially. The reports are coming out all over Twitter, all over the internet. He's going to Barcelona. All right, he's decided to officially sign the pre-contract agreement and go at the end of the season. Now, we've been vocal about this ever since the initial news dropped. But basically, if he wants to go. But Steve, you were talking about this before, and who's he going to play with? Like, what incentive do you have to go to Barcelona aside from maybe the weather change, the area? I mean, it's a beautiful area. But I mean, like, why do you go to City? Is he going there to retire? Like, is that like a Tom Brady to Tampa Bay thing? Like, why is he going to Barcelona?
He's like, how old is he?
He's 30, I think. 29 or 30 years old.
Well, let's look. But who's he going to go play with? Who are you playing with? Messi doesn't want to be there. He may leave, but like, who else are you going to play with, man? The club's in insane amount of debt. I would be surprised if Koeman even makes it through an entire season next year. Seriously.
So Gini Wijnaldum is 30 years old. He will be turning 31 in November. So that's Gini Wijnaldum for you.
Okay, so he's 30 and a half. I wonder if this is something where they kind of pushed him out because they didn't offer him anything legitimate, or if he really wanted to go.
Well, here's the thing.
To play with De Jong or something. Like, who's there?
Look, here's the deal. This is what happened. I'm telling you right now, okay? Our guy Gini, and I said this last week, doesn't produce statistically. He just doesn't, okay? And I feel like with a new contract, Liverpool came to the table and they said, look, these players, Salah, Firmino, Van Dijk, all these guys, they are super productive for the squad. And that's why they're getting he probably wanted double. He deserves double, in my opinion. Kid deserves double. Okay, he's only making double his weekly salary. He's only making $75,000 a week. Okay, $75,000 a week. I think he should easily be up there 130, 140 for a new contract. Okay, that's right up there with Henderson and Milner. I think he 100% deserves that. Okay, Liverpool being stubborn, didn't offer him that. Now, this is speculation. We don't know for a fact that that's what the issue is. What also could have happened is that Gini's just done. Maybe they did offer him a good deal, and he's just like, I want to go to Barca. Maybe he really does want to go to Barca, Steve.
I think he wants to make what he's worth, which sounds like maybe we weren't going to pay him, which is sad. Oh, yeah. He also probably saw the writing on the wall. Gini doesn't make it into a midfield if Thiago, Hendo, and Fabinho are healthy. Based on what I know, Klopp prefers the other three. I feel like he loves Thiago. Klopp absolutely loves Thiago. Hendo's the captain, and Fabinho's probably our most important player aside from, let's say, Virgil. At times,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Gini may end up being the odd man out.
And you've seen the reports, right? We're prioritizing a new contract for Fabinho.
Yes,
that's crucial. We have to do that,
and he's gonna get paid. Like
he's gonna get money. He's gonna get a bag and a half. He should, and I think playing the argument of he doesn't produce for the squad, like statistically, Fabinho deserves it though.
So does Gini.
So does Gini. It's just it's fascinating to me. I just don't. I want Gini to stay. That's it. That's what it comes down to. I want Gini to stay. I think in the midfield, you did make a good point. He doesn't make it into that midfield of who was it? Thiago, Fabinho, and who else?
And Henderson.
He doesn't.
And then you also have Jones coming up that probably makes pennies. And in my opinion, he's a very similar player to Gini.
Yeah, 100%. Very similar player to Gini.
From a midfield perspective.
I think he has more of an attacking threat, though.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Gini could, but he just doesn't.
But he does when he plays for Holland.
Yeah, maybe Klopp tells him like, "Don't." I don't get it.
You think Koeman's going to give him more freedom
to pass the ball forward?
Probably what's going to happen. I'm going to head over to the chat and say good morning to some people. Liz, what's going on? Gonzo Experience. My nan's got bunions. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Jersey Boy, Aaron T. Downturn, what's going on? Jurgen. And then let's see. Tony Madden, what's going on? Yeah, and Claire86. Club should have done everything to keep him at least for another 2 years. And you know what? To be fair, Claire, they probably did. They probably did. And I don't know. It's interesting. Let's see if it's in the article because, again, we just woke up. I saw the news, right? We got to look into what the article's saying. Okay, so here it says that Wijnaldum has chosen to leave Liverpool at the end of the season. Now, according to the Sunday Times, that he has agreed the pre-contract terms, right? Out of contract in the summer. And apparently he's been a priority target of Ronald Koeman since the appointment at Barcelona. And
he's not going to last.
No, he won't. He won't.
He almost got fired like a month ago.
Yeah.
What's Gini going to do? What is he going to do? Maybe it's just his dream to play for Barcelona. Possible. Totally possible.
But Steve, and you sort of brought this up. Why would you go to Barcelona right now?
If there's one time in Barcelona's history you do not want to step anywhere near that place, it's actually today.
Why are you going to Barcelona right now? I just don't understand.
I don't know. It's crazy because they've been struggling, but they're still maybe 4 points off the top of the table over there. They're close. The thing. They're within striking distance.
Yeah, they're still producing, all right?
But again, that's a combination of Real Madrid being less than impressive also. Decent form as of late, but both those teams are struggling.
Both those teams are struggling, right?
And
you look at what Barcelona has had to do recently, right? They had to let Artur go for Pjanic, right? Older guy. They're probably not going to have to pay him as much. But they still have young talent, Steve. They got Langlet or Langley, however you pronounce it. I'm going to call him Langlet. All right. I think that's fine. They got De Jong, right, coming up through the ranks. They still have a very threatening attack in Ousmane Dembele, Messi, Griezmann, right? They still have Coutinho at the club. They got these young guys, Puig or however you say his name. I don't even know. Sergio. What's that?
Pedri?
No, there's Pedri, and then there's another guy. It's like Puig or something. Yeah.
Ansu Fati.
Yeah. They got a lot of young talent. So it's not like Barcelona are going to be bad. I'm saying right now, the time in their history, what is incentivizing him to go there? It's probably a payday. It's probably the location. It's probably linking up with some, as the article put it, compatriots, right? And Ronald Koeman, De Jong.
And Koeman.
Yeah, but I just don't know. I don't know what's going on there because we still got to think about. He's probably still got to think about Messi leaving at the end of the season.
Well, here's my thing: you don't go to Messi unless you know Barcelona is staying. You don't go to Barcelona unless you know Messi is staying, unless it's your dream. If he knows something we don't know, then going to Barcelona makes sense. If Messi's staying, okay, I totally get it. But if Messi's not staying, you guys have all, I'm assuming, seen that team play the last 2, 3, 4 seasons without Messi. It is embarrassing. That's as blunt as I can put it. Without Messi, they are bad. When Messi's not scoring, they are bad.
I wouldn't say they're bad. I'd say they don't produce. They don't produce.
Sure.
Right?
But so if Messi's going to go, what's going on?
That's
Neymar's not coming back.
No. Neymar's not coming back. So here's the thing. here's the thing. We got someone in here saying that Barca's a big pull. Is LFC Aaron here? And we do know this, right? With Johan Cruyff going, right? They got a big pull. They got a big pull for Dutch players, and that's fine. That's fine if you want to.
Not Virgil.
Excuse me.
I know.
Well, Virgil, I guess, wanted to just come to Liverpool because he knows what's up. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
Another question we had in here, Dev K watching from Texas. What's going on? American Red in the house. What do you think of Pulisic coming to Liverpool? Apparently, he's fallen out of favor under Thomas Tuchel. We were linked with him originally before he made that transfer from Dortmund over to Chelsea. Nothing pisses me off more, Steven, than players that turn down a club. Now, it's not like he turned down Liverpool. Maybe we didn't actually pursue him, but players that go to a club and then they don't get playing time, expecting playing time. They get pissed off that they don't get it, and they're like, all right, I want to go somewhere else now. You should have thought of that. You should have thought of the fact that you might not get playing time. I don't know.
He was one of the most expensive transfers ever.
It still just pisses me off.
Kappa, he was like 60 million.
He was a lot.
He was a lot. He hasn't started one game under Tuchel. Chelsea, maybe one was in the FA Cup or against some weird team, I remember. But dude.
Yeah. And here, Tony brings up something. So he says it's obviously probably something that Gini wants to do in his career. This is the argument that everyone made when Coutinho was being pursued by Barcelona. If he doesn't go now, he's never going to be able to go. Okay, how did that work out for you, Philippe? I
don't get it. I don't get it. Think about the people that leave. Think about the people that have left Liverpool in the last, let's just say, 3 years. Let's do this quickly. Let's run through this. Coutinho, embarrassing.
Emre Can,
bounced around Europe. Karius, I don't even know where you are.
He didn't leave.
Might be in Liverpool right now.
He didn't leave. He was forced out. I mean, he was.
Regardless, he didn't have any success.
Yeah.
At all. Who else?
I mean, you have all the people
that
no. Okay. There's a difference between players that chose to leave and players who were sold or bought. Okay, let me put it this way. Obviously, there's not a difference. They still left the club, right? But Coutinho was like, I want to leave, right?
Yeah, no.
Emre Can was like, I want to leave. Okay, so you get it. Okay.
Yeah. So and they've both found no success. So
if we're looking at it that way, you got Luis Suarez, right? Fernando Torres, Philippe Coutinho, Emre Can, players like that, right?
We can't count those other guys. This is totally different Liverpool. Totally different Liverpool.
I know, completely different Liverpool, but I'm just saying Luis Suarez was probably the most recent one. But let's just take Philippe Coutinho and Emre Can, for example. Philippe Coutinho, incredible, right? Phenomenal for Liverpool. Klopp did everything he could to keep him to stay or make him stay. Take the captain's armband, Philippe. They'll build you a statue if you stay, Philippe. Nah, my back hurts. I'm going to Barca. Sorry, Philippe. Get out.
I'm actually going to pay $9 million of my own money.
I don't know how true that is, but
the most embarrassing thing in the sports history.
It's unbelievable. Paying his own money to get it done. All right, and then Emre Can goes on an international break. A story comes out saying he's demanding £200,000 a week, and then he comes out on his Instagram saying, "Haha, that's a joke. That's people are reporting terrible reporting." Next thing you know, he's going to Juventus because they're paying him more money. Emre Can, and then he doesn't play at Juventus, and now he's at Dortmund.
What's his salary? Let's see here.
What's he making? That would be very interesting to see.
I just love chatting about all this crap. It's
so fun. It's so fun. Let us know what you guys think in the chat. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit that notification bell too. YouTube is notorious for not sending out the notifications for posting videos. So make sure you hit all notifications.
163,000 per week.
63?
163.
Oh,
so
God.
When he went to Juventus, his salary for the year was 14 million euros. When he switched to Dortmund, it changed to 8.5 million. Nice job, Emery. You made good money for a year. Now you're back to where you probably should be.
He only went for the money, dog. And the argument.
Well, he said he wanted to win trophies. And that's fine. He left and he wanted domestic
you missed
trophy.
Out, man.
You missed out on some bigger ones than the Serie A title.
It's crazy. It's absolutely
Same
crazy.
winner over here. Maybe not this year, but
I can't believe it. Now, other reports are coming out, Steve. Ezekiel Garay, You remember this one? We were linked with him in January. He's available on a free this summer, I think. He's out of contract. The man's like 34 years old.
What?
I don't know why. I mean, is this another Ragnar Klavan situation? I mean, if he's good like Ragnar Klavan, I'd rather have Klavan.
Klavan wasn't 34.
I know he was only like 31, 32.
Well, how old is he now?
Oh God, I don't know.
Klavan's probably like 32 right now.
Klavan? No.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
No chance.
He's 35. What a legend. Bring him back.
No,
best
seriously.
player we ever had. Seriously, bring him back. He's the best player in the world.
Now, Downturn saying I kind of feel bad for Phil because he's gone so spectacularly wrong, but I'd never have him back at LFC. Literally, Klopp told him this is what's going to happen, and he still went.
I can't, dude. It's crazy because I almost do like feel bad in a way because it's like the worst. It is the most embarrassing story from being at the top of the world, to being probably the best player and one of the hottest teams in the most, like one of the hottest teams in Europe. And one of the top 5 biggest clubs in the world, to going somewhere and being an absolute disgrace. Having them call for you to be sold after days at the club.
So sad.
They had an introduction for him.
Yep.
He came out onto the field and juggled in front of the reporters in the stadium. And never did a thing.
Poor guy.
He got sent out on loan.
And not only that, bro, he scored against them.
He did.
It is sad to see a player so beloved by the Liverpool fans,
oh my God,
so successful at this club, leave right before we peaked under Klopp. Right before. And Emre Can too. Same thing. Right before we peaked under Klopp. You have to know that they were laying in their bed at night thinking, I made the worst decision of my career.
Of course, dude. Of course. His wife is like, Phil, we are the laughingstock of Europe right now.
Oh, I guarantee you his wife does not care. I guarantee you.
She doesn't care. Of course not. I'm just making a joke.
No,
like,
but
he was so good, like even in the World Cup.
He was.
I don't even know if he'll make the team anymore.
I mean, he'll be there, but the weird thing, do you remember the story that came out his first week in Barcelona, his car got towed and everything? Oh God, that was hilarious. Apparently his car got towed and all the Liverpool fans were like, that's what you get.
No, they're so salty. I love it.
Oh my God. Let's go over to the chat. All right.
It was the way he left. It was the way he left. You can leave. Guys, if you want to leave, go ahead and leave. Gini, this is a much easier one. This isn't some huge saga.
Much easier because he's won everything with us. He's given us 110%. He hasn't gone through all this BS, my back hurts.
And he doesn't get paid. That's a fact.
Look, I don't care who you are. All right. I'm the same way. If you're somewhere that they're not valuing, if they're not paying you your value, go somewhere else. Right. Mm-hmm. And the other part of this is he will have played out his entire contract with the club come time for the transfer.
Yep.
So we have nothing to be mad about aside from the fact that maybe Liverpool should pay him. That's the only thing I'm saying. Now,
but whatever.
Seek Chan asking about Hendo being back for the Madrid game. I'm pretty sure he'll still be out.
Don't expect to see Hendo probably for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything. Jack Paul bringing up replace Gini with Basuma. I like Basuma. I think he's a little young to be replacing I can't talk. Be replacing Gini. But I think Curtis Jones is already in that niche, Steve.
Yeah, we don't need Basuma. I mean, depends what he costs. Like, I don't know if I want to spend $40 million on a Gini replacement when we have I don't know what he would cost, 20, 30, 50. I don't know. But I don't know if I want to be spending money when we have Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
And especially if they don't want to get rid of Keita. That's another midfielder we have.
Man, let's go. Tony talking about Phil did us a favor going to Barca, gave us the money to get needed to change our tactics. And hey, look, that's the other side of it. Is like we planned this out very well. Like once he left, we're like, hey, we got the funds now. Let's bring in Virgil and Allison. Let's go win 4 trophies and make these guys look stupid. We did the right thing. Okay.
Here we go. PJ Ladd. I'd honestly give Grujic a chance to replace Gini. It's almost like I've said this before.
Don't even try to say that you've said this before. You said
he deserves a chance.
You'd rather have Grujic to Naby Keita. People don't listen to the lies of Steven.
I'd rather have somebody that's available than Naby Keita. Yes. I'd rather have someone that's available than Naby Keita. Doesn't matter if it's Grujic. Doesn't matter if it's anyone else.
But you said Grujic. That was the first name out of your mouth.
Yep.
It's just sad that you said that. Now listen to me.
I'm tired.
Now listen to me. Everyone that plays at this club currently, I love the player. Okay? Unless you do something bad, all right? If you pull a Coutinho, you pull a Chan, I'm gonna love you. So I love Marco Grujic. I love Naby Keita. I'm all for giving Marco Grujic a chance. All right? Really, I'm all for it. I want to see him given a chance because he literally has not been given one. He's been loaned out every single season. Okay? He is more of he plays that Fabinho role though, dude. Like he's tall. He's not exactly technical, right? And honestly, to be completely frank with you, I haven't even watched any of his highlights. I don't even know what this guy can do.
I think Nat Phillips has shown us that people deserve chances.
Real quick for the people, Steve. Hit him with it.
What's the best availability? I hope you guys all remember that. If there's one thing you ever remember about my time on this channel is that always remember the best ability is availability. There's nothing more important. That's why I don't rate Naby Keita. Guys, I'm sorry. Take it how you want. You don't get to play 12 games a season and get a pass and not even be put into the – this is the last thing I'm going to say, Kyle, because I have to get this off my chest.
Do it.
People are so easy and so quick to say, sell Joel Matip. Right? Me included.
You and me.
Me included.
Yeah.
But people are so scared to say, sell Naby Keita. Guess what, Reds and supporters around the world? Joel Matip has been a much larger part and key to our success winning trophies over the last few seasons than Naby Keita.
Steven with some facts. I got to agree with you.
Think about that. No, we cannot say Matip's got to go, Origi's got to go. Yes, true. I can see that. But don't be scared to say the same thing about Keita because he's young, because he shows flashes of ability. He's always hurt. So if we're going to say Shaqiri out, Origi out, even, most importantly, Matip out, and even the people that say Gomez, you better be ready to say the same thing about Keita.
Here's my
rebuttal.
My case. Here's my rebuttal. To that. Here's my rebuttal to that, Steve. Great point. And I think everyone can agree Matip has been 100% more important to our success. But I think that's the other side of the argument. We've seen what Matip can do, what he offers. And we also look at his age. Okay. He's not exactly old. I think he's 28 or 29. Maybe he's not 30, but he's up there. All right. We've seen what he can do and he's produced. But we also know he can't go more than 6 games without an injury. Great. So that's the problem with Matip. That's why we should sell him. Naby Keita, however, we haven't seen what he can do because he's always injured. So I personally, and maybe other fans like it, are holding on to like that potential. And that's why we don't want to get rid of him. Everyone's seen the highlights. Everybody's seen what this guy did in the Bundesliga. And he can't do it over here yet because he's always on the training table. We can't get him on the field. So that's my argument to that.
Guess how many Premier League games Naby Keita is featured in this year?
Oh, God. 6?
10.
Okay. So 33%.
Okay. Guess how many last year, Kyle?
Well, how many was he eligible to start in? That's the question.
I don't care. I just want to know if you
a
guy that we absolutely cannot sell. Guess how many league games he played in last year?
18.
Yep. And then how about the year before?
That was the 18. Was that the first year?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was only like 9.
No, it's 25.
Okay.
So he missed 13 games his first season, 20 games last season, and he's already missed probably about 20 games this season.
Okay.
That's a lot of games, man.
Hey, I'm not debating it's not a lot of games. I'm debating you do not want to prematurely sell a player simply because they're injury prone. And not only that, Steve, if a player's injury prone, you think these other teams are going to come in and say, "Oh yeah, we'll pay 50, 60 million for him." No, they're not idiots.
Cut your losses.
No.
Cut your losses. You overpaid for a guy. Well, maybe you didn't overpay for him at the time, but it's so easy for people to say, Ox has to go. He's not producing. He's not the same player he was. He's always hurt. At least Ox's injuries were like acute, major injuries. He's not battling hamstring and groin problems every 4 days. You could make the argument that Oxlade-Chamberlain's not injury prone because of those facts, but everyone's okay with getting rid of him. Everyone. No one's like, we need to keep Ox. He's got so much potential. Like, I don't feel that way either.
So that was my argument right there. You just said it. I see the potential in Keita. We don't see the potential in Ox anymore. Now, however, his last appearance, he looked good. You know what I mean? And here, tell the story again for everyone who wasn't here in the beginning.
I spilled a very, very large coffee this morning. It really put a damper on my day.
And then he got in a fight with the blinds, the window blinds. It was a bad morning for Steve. Man.
Oh man. The thing that really bothers me is this, like, I know that he has potential. I know that when you watch him play, it's exciting, but he makes too much. Why didn't we get rid of him and just give that money to Gini Wijnaldum for 3 years? You know he's going to be available.
Talking about
Keita. Keita makes well over 100, I'm sure.
Steven, this is what I was making the argument about Pulisic before. What are we going to do? He's been here, and this is what pisses me off about the Minamino links right now about us trying to get rid of him. I haven't read any of the articles. They seem like they're not that reliable. Why would you give up on a player after a year and a half, 2.5 years? Like, you say, like, why didn't we do that? It's not like Keita's been here for 6 years, Steve.
3 seasons.
He's been here for 3 seasons, yeah. But it's not
kind of a long time. You probably your prime as a football player is probably 6 years, 7 years.
He's smack dab in the middle of his prime, Steve.
This is no type of prime to write home about. Nothing to be proud of.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying he's in a smack dab in the middle of his prime.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And now Dev K, American Red, shout out. What happened to Ben Davies? Is he locked up in the basement? Looks like it. At this point, it looks like it. Yo, he looks, if you've seen the pictures, man, he's just letting it go. He's going straight up caveman.
He's a legend.
And, you know, Hisham brings up the point, but will he stay fit enough for us to see his potential? That's the thing. That's the thing. PJ Ladd's been saying this throughout. Harry Wilson to replace Shaq if we sell him. Yeah, I'd rather see Harvey Elliott than Harry Wilson, to be honest. That's just
Harry
me.
Wilson. We still own him, huh? Wow.
I think he's on loan somewhere.
Well, I thought he was going to get a shout this season.
He's just not. He can do a nice free kick. He's got a nice left foot, but what? No. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
You guys, did you see that Ben Woodburn apparently scored a hat trick in like a team training match, like today or yesterday?
Dude, it made news. I saw that. I
didn't even know he was still around.
Everyone's like, Ben Woodburn's back.
Ben Woodburn has been irrelevant for 5 years.
I love to bring this up. Ben Woodburn was linked with Barcelona at one point.
I know, you love that.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. So he is on loan. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so we got a lot of potential players on loan, but really you got to look at these loan spells and think, are these guys producing there? Are they doing well there? And you look at Harvey Elliott, the answer is yes. You know? That's what I look at.
Liz Golden, Navi is on 120,000 pounds a week. Yeah, he is. 50,000 more than Gini Wijnaldum. Or roughly, whatever.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
Wow.
Definitely. Wow. Yeah. Jack Paul said Ben conceded 5 in a training game. Well, maybe that's why. That's the answer right there.
Yeah, well.
Look, you can't – I don't care who you are. You don't make the jump from the championship to the Premier League and you automatically get a start. You know what I mean?
But why do you get to jump from Schalke to Liverpool and get 8 starts in a row?
I think you just answered your own question because Schalke's in the Bundesliga.
But they're the worst team in Europe, and they deserve to be in the 3rd tier of German football.
You just said my answer too. They're the worst team in Europe. That doesn't mean Ozan Kabak is the worst player.
Think about the amount of goals he's given up this season.
It's not. You think they're playing a back one? There's 4 dudes back there.
But Kyle, he's part of it.
Yeah, he's 1/4 of it.
He's one half of the 2 most important defenders that are responsible for stopping goals, if you don't count the keeper.
I was going to say, I 100% count the keeper.
You just don't like Ben Davies, man.
Steven, you don't like Ozan Kabak.
You don't. I'm not a huge fan. He's had 3 good games. I'm happy about that.
He had a great game last game.
Yeah, he did.
Look, here's the other thing. I want to talk about this now. Going into next season, we're seeing links that Minamino is just not going to fit in, and we're looking to sell him on. I can't remember the club that was linked with the sale, but apparently the report said £8.6 million we're selling him on for. Okay? Absolute joke if that's true. Okay? Absolute joke. If you're going to sell on Minamino, you can easily get double your money for him. If he doesn't go for at least 15 mil, it's a bad sale.
Listen, Shaqiri, if he gets sold, then we need Minamino back. If Ox gets sold, which he should, we need Minamino back. Because, like, Ox is, yes, he's a midfielder, but when he comes in, he just sits at the top of the box and puts that ball out to Trent. You know the ball, that little pass out to Trent every time. He doesn't do anything defensively for me. So for me, rip Ox out and throw Minamino in. That's a nice swap, if you ask me.
Every week my feelings change, dude. It's like, yes, I'm open to selling Ox, Matip, and Shaqiri, but then in the back of my mind, I'm just so like, I don't want that seller's remorse. Like, why did we sell him? He's good, you know?
Well, we know my Ox maybe not, but we know Shaqiri is going to go somewhere, maybe a smaller club, and tear it up if he can stay fit.
Yeah, and that's what it is, Sevilla. So Sevilla is linked with Minamino, right? Mm-hmm. Europa League FC is linked with them. And for 21 mil, I'd sell Takumi Minamino for 21 mil. You're making 300% on your initial investment if you sell him.
Yep.
I'm down for that.
And you didn't literally do anything.
No.
You loaned him out, probably made money from Southampton. Maybe $1 million, $2 million, I don't know what it was. They're probably paying his wages right now.
Yeah.
And then you triple profit, and you literally did nothing. You just bought him and flipped him like a house because he barely played.
The sad part about it is that we all want to see what Minamino can actually do, right? You know, so if they do turn around and sell him business-wise, yeah, great move. You know, you made some money, but at the same time, it's like we just use this guy.
Yeah,
you know, but that's it. That's sometimes that's what it's about. And then we can't forget about, I mean, yeah, Michael Edwards is a genius. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you know, all the fans can agree, like when a player comes in, you know, when you see them play at least, right? Because I haven't fallen in love with Samikas or Ben Davies yet because they never freaking play. But like you fall in love with every player. You're like, man, I really like this guy. You know what I mean? Like, look at Joe Allen. I love Joe Allen. Like, who doesn't love Joe Allen? You know what I mean? Like Gini. We all love Gini. We love these players. So I don't want to see Takumi Minamino leave or get sold. You know what I mean? Now, there were reports earlier this week, Steve, and you can chime in on this as well. There will be a huge clear out at the club this summer, apparently. A huge clear out, right? I don't know what that means, right? So we can assume Gini would be leaving. The other players probably on the short list of leaving. You could look at players like, let's just say Minamino. Let's say players like Ox, Shaq, Matip. And really, that's the only thing I could think of. There's no way you can get rid of anyone else.
So many players that are out there that we could get rid of. This is paint, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, PJ, we both played football. Steven was better. Steven was like a all what was it, all district or something?
Mm-hmm.
Steven was good. But he tore his ACL and now he's trash.
I tore my ACL long after my playing days.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough about me. Let's get rid of Keita. What?
Ryan LFC, what's going
Ryan?
on?
What's up, Ryan?
Yeah. I scored 1 goal once. It was fun. No, I'm serious. I've scored
Hey, at least you got one.
1 goal in my career.
At least you got one.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of players out there that aren't scoring goals, even for Liverpool. When was the last time Ox scored?
Shut up, bro.
Oh, seriously, was it the Genk game in the Champions League that curl on the outside of the foot?
Genk game. Yo,
okay.
He had 2 goals that game.
Oh,
better put some respect on his name.
Well, they're like the worst team in the Champions League last year. And he hasn't scored since. That was pre-COVID. You know how long ago that was?
Oh, so long ago.
Pre-COVID. That must have been 2018. I'm sorry, 2019. It had to be. Well, it had to be 2019.
Stage. It was the group stage. So it was
okay. So when?
Yeah, 2019. No, it was 2019, right?
Yeah, late 2019.
Wow, that's crazy. Steve, what position did you play?
I played striker and center mid.
Okay, I played left wing because I was always the fastest, but I was never like the most technical. So I
wanted the ball. I wanted to be in the center. I didn't want to be stuck over waiting for service from somebody. I wanted to create and score. That's what I wanted to do.
See, I could run at guys, and I would pick up the ball like deep in the field and just run past guys to the other box. But I just wasn't good at shooting. So I would just get the ball, get it down there, and then just pass it back to the middle.
So you're like Dembele.
Yeah, basically. I was like Dembele, basically. Just not nearly as good as Dembele.
Sterling's
good.
Yeah, Kyle Sterling. Change your name.
Kyle Sterling? All right, that works.
No, Salah's not going anywhere.
Yeah, Salah's not going anywhere.
Scored at Chelsea when we won the league. Okay. Was that after we were up by 4,000 points? I don't count those.
He did score in that game. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
What kind of goal is it?
I can't remember what goal he scored.
It must have been irrelevant.
Yeah.
All right, so he scored once since 2019.
Yeah.
Think about how mind-blowing that is. Mind-blowing.
That's true.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That is so long ago.
It's a long... Hey, Steve, COVID's just messed everything up. That's just...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We need help.
Right. Yo, I kind of want to... I just want to kind of end the show with all this stuff. So, Steven, you could replace...
I could not. No. I'm not even going to joke about that.
Yeah.
But I would be available for more matches, guaranteed. That is one thing I can say without doubt.
Yeah.
Kyle, what do you think for you?
I could probably replace nobody.
But you would be available. You would be able to walk.
Steve, I'll be honest with you, and knock on wood, I've never, ever, in all my years of playing sports, ever had an injury that prevented me from playing. I broke my finger once when I was like 9 years old playing football, and I sat out 1 game, but that was it. That was it. And Arnique gave me a hard time.
It could be like Bruno Fernandes, to be honest.
1 goal as a winger. I did have a few assists, though. I had some nasty crosses into the box. I'm not going to lie.
Listen. This is it. This is why we're going to wrap this up. Chances of Mbappe and Haaland. Kyle, go.
We have a better chance of signing Pulisic, I think, than either of these 2 guys.
We're not going to get either of them, guys. I'm sorry. They're the hottest names in Europe right now. You're going to demand insane fee and insane wages. It's not happening.
No.
Don't get your hopes up. I wouldn't waste any time thinking about it. Prepare for worst case scenario, which is that we don't come close to either of them. And if either of them happens, that's exciting and something to celebrate. But I would not for a millisecond expect either of them to ever put on a Liverpool shirt unless it's at the end of their career.
Okay. The fees are astronomical. the wages are going to be astronomical. Reports at PSG are suggesting that he's rejected 3 contract offers, but they're reportedly ready to break the bank for this guy, offering him $500,000 plus per week. You're not
PSG?
getting near that. Yeah, PSG. You're not getting near that at Liverpool.
No.
Not a chance, bro.
Flex says Messi to Liverpool. There we go. Messi's coming to Liverpool, apparently.
Messi to Liverpool. He texted me, yo, Alexi, can you give me your source, man? I would love to have that source.
He said he texted me. Messi. Lionel.
Oh, Lionel. Leo.
Actual Lionel.
No kidding.
Listen, you're not going to see Haaland or Mbappe come to Liverpool. I'm sorry.
I hope you're wrong, but I agree.
Because it's the wage thing. It's the wage thing. I feel like Haaland would take like 200K. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But Mbappe would not. So, like, we would have to sell maybe Bobby, Ox, Matip, and then all the dead weight, like the Shaqiri, Origi, Woodburn, whoever.
Yeah.
See ya.
Well, Woodburn's worth 50 mil now. He got a hat trick last game.
Oh, in the training match. No, right. So he's probably worth 50 or 60 million. But if we sold like all the players we would want to sell, then we could buy Haaland. Because that's 120 million at least.
Yeah. Whoa. All right. So Arnique's giving me way too much credit. I only scored 1 goal. Okay. I had a bunch of shots on target, but I only scored 1 goal. All right. Who knew
really good keepers?
Dude, Nat Phillips, man. I don't see it, but I get this all the time that I look like Nat Phillips. I don't get it. But yeah, we've been linked to Rafinha and Neto as well. Guys, look, here's the deal. Gini's leaving. Reports are suggesting it's confirmed, right? He's going to leave at the end of the season. We'll miss him. I think we should pay him, but he's on his way to Barcelona as it looks now. Let us know what you guys think in the comments now, and if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you comment down low as well. Doesn't matter. And we'll end here. Tony, I agree with this. I would love to see Haaland and Mbappe is far too much in transfer fee and wages. Yeah, honestly, I would prefer Haaland, but again, Haaland's agent is like one of those agents where they're going to get as much money as possible for the guy. So it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in today. It was a good show, Steve. I had a nice laid-back show today. I'm sorry that you guys, you struggled with your coffee, Steve. I really do feel bad about that.
Very sad.
Yeah. But what are you doing? Going to paint the house?
I got to go paint my house, guys. I got paint all over my hands from yesterday.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
No, it's like one wall. It's very small.
It's like one wall.
I got to do.
That's it.
It's like one wall in the fireplace.
Well, just make sure that you don't spill your coffee on the way over there, guys. All right. And guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all of your comments. We appreciate it in the chat. We'll be back here next Sunday as well. And yeah, I agree. International break sucks, but at the same time, it gives us time to unwind. We got a lot of cool transfer rumors going around, but just enjoy the time off. We'll get ready to come back and play Madrid. Steve, are you pumped for that tie?
I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped for that tie. I just don't want anyone to waste time. Time is very valuable in life, guys. Don't waste any time thinking about Mbappe or Haaland. If it happens, that would be crazy. Awesome. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but please don't waste your time on social media chatting about it. Don't waste your time thinking about it. Let's think about more realistic things, like trying to get top 4 instead of who we're going to get in the summer. Beating Real Madrid instead of, are we going to sign Mbappe, who's going to make $600K a week and cost $400 million for what? 20 goals a season? Mo Salah can give me that. Thanks. See you later.
It's dropping bombs at the end of the stream.
See you later.
Dropping bombs, man. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Remember, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell because YouTube is notorious for not notifying you when you hit the bell. So hit all notifications, comment your thoughts. Thanks for tuning in. And until next week, Reds, take care.